Hello there, my name is Ben Wade and I'd like to welcome you to this installment of Bionic You, the series dedicated to lighting the path to your full potential. In this video, you're going to learn how to use systems so that by the time you talk to a prospect, if you have to talk to them at all, you're just working out the last few details before they buy. And we'll get into how that works right after this. If you've worked around sales or business development for any length of time, the terms sales funnel or pipeline are no stranger to you. They basically describe the same thing: the measured process of bringing prospects from being unaware of your product or service to being a customer and referring your service to others. Starting with the original idea of a sales funnel, you have your various marketing methods designed to create awareness. Out of the people that are aware, you should have a segment that begins to show interest. This is the group that you typically would approach with a consultative process to see if your product or service would be helpful to them. Of the people you approach, you should see a number of them be a fit for your offering. And lastly, out of the people that are a fit for your product or service, you should see a number of them refer people to you over time. This has pretty much become dogma as far as the basic model taught to people who are new to sales and sales development. It is a good place to start, as it gives you a structure to follow as well as allows you to measure your results at each stage and improve accordingly. With very basic tracking, you can even begin to predict your sales towards the end of the process based on your efforts at the beginning of it, since the percentages along the way become fairly stable. Many organizations that follow this method can predict their sales expectations based on their marketing efforts with remarkable accuracy. The issue with this model is that if you don't grow past it, it will become your entire career. Your daily activities will mainly be focused around promoting your business and filling your funnel or filling your pipeline. In a lot of ways, doing business like this starts to resemble filling a gold pan or a wood chipper. You put a lot of effort into filling the process to get the results you need. And it's a great way to end up working very hard for the rest of your career. Where you see the elite step away from the pack is their use of systems to delegate much of this process. Their marketing, follow-up, presentation, and even referral processes are handed over to an automated process to be carried out. Top pros end up spending much more time working on their business instead of working in their business. They take on a more executive role of creating and guiding the process as opposed to being completely immersed in every portion of it and doing everything by hand. To really show you the difference, let's walk through each stage of the funnel and compare the two. At the marketing stage, you typically find that people working their funnel by hand spend a lot of time prospecting. Either through community events, parties, networking events, etc., a lot of time is spent at this stage building awareness of their personal brand. In fact, when a person is starting off, you can easily find them spending 80% of their time working in this part of the process and usually more. People that automate this stage use marketing techniques to automate the process. Whether it's advertising like radio, television, newspaper, phone books like in the past, or newer methods like free classified ads, social media, pay-per-click, and search-optimized website traffic, you will find that top producers hand off their prospecting to be done on their behalf. This way, they can spread their influence much farther than just where they are at the moment. Through the next stages, the person working by hand has to do everything in a very linear fashion. Follow-up calls and emails to the people that have responded positively to their prospecting efforts, meetings and appointments, presentations, all done by hand. Meanwhile, the support systems of the person with the automated process are handling these functions on their behalf. This leaves abundant time free for process improvement and for the biggest advantage of all. They can be in many places at once through their system. Follow-up as well as presentations for their product or service can literally be happening in hundreds or thousands of places at once. Now, to see how this works, we'll walk through a basic example of an automated sales funnel. First, let's talk about the moving parts. Ads. Pretty commonly known, ads bring people's attention toward your offer. You see these all over the place on billboards, along search engine results, and in the classified section. Sales pages. These are basically a sales presentation in writing, and more these days in video. Sales pages can be used to either encourage people to buy straight out, or to request more information, or create a login, whatever the case is. The trick is they do all of this stuff automatically and can be sent whenever you like to deliver your message for you. Bait offer. For the purposes of list building, the common approach is to use a bait offer. This is offering something of value like an ebook, a video, or a series of videos in exchange for someone subscribing to your newsletter. Once they request the information from your sales page, they are sent this information automatically. This brings us to email autoresponders. Email autoresponder is an email system that sends custom emails to people according to the way you set them up. For example, if you wanted someone to receive an email automatically upon requesting your bait offer, then a pre-programmed email for the second, third, fourth, and fifth days, you can set up your autoresponder to do this automatically. So let's walk through this now, step by step. First, your ads are placed which direct people to your sales page. Your sales page makes your bait offer where people will receive some helpful information in exchange for their basic contact information. You can also send this same information to people that you meet in person. Having a bait offer is an excellent way to retain your in-person contacts as well. If you've been networking and prospecting for a while already, just imagine how big your list would already be if you had a process like this in place for as long as you've been in business. Next, your autoresponder picks up and delivers the promised information, then begins to feed out whatever messages you decide to send behind it. You can also blast out messages to all the people on your newsletter whenever you wish. Say you have a sale coming up, or announce a new product or service. This can go out to everyone at once. You can also set up several messages to go out in a time-release fashion, letting you set up several days' worth of correspondence at a time, or keep your marketing machine running while you're on vacation. As you continue to keep in touch with your prospects, you can communicate with them about all manner of useful things, including polling for questions about how you can help them even more. Armed with that information, you can guide the growth of your business towards what will help them the most. As far as your ongoing messages are concerned, think of your marketing machine as somewhat like your own radio or television channel. You probably wouldn't tune into the channel that was nonstop commercials. The people on your newsletter most likely wouldn't either, so be sure you don't become a steady stream of ads without any other useful or helpful information. The key point to keep in mind along the way with all of this is that all of this happens automatically. Once you set up the system, it handles all of this for you instead of you being there handling everything yourself by hand. From this point on, you could be growing an audience to deliver your message to as needed. In fact, the more valuable your ongoing message is to your prospects, the more they will share the information along on your behalf, and you will see your list start to grow on its own. So, to wrap up, this video showed you how to automate your sales funnel so that systems pick up and handle most of the repetitive work for you. Now, if you've been watching this in the WhoIsBenWehde.com members area, look on the page below the video. As often as possible, you will find links to additional resources that will help you expand on the information you were introduced to in this video. And remember, if you thought this information was helpful, be sure to click that like button or favorite button so other people can find it too. And click that subscribe button so you'll never miss out whenever a new video comes out. However, the real gold mine is the members area of WhoIsBenWehde.com. That's where you'll find tons of videos like this one laid out step by step and organized so everything's easy to find. Thank you so much for watching.